Hey guys, so today we're going to be playing with the new MER Radiant Skin Tint, and right before I sat down to film, I was like, oh, I have a backup box of the old Reparative Skin Tint, and let's just do a little comparison with the ingredients. The ingredients are all the same. I think this is just sort of a repackaging of this Reparative Skin Tint, which I really love. And since I have this backup tube of the Reparative Skin Tint and I have this new tube of the Radiant Skin Tint, I thought, why don't I go ahead, open both of these boxes, apply one to each half of my face, and let's go ahead and compare. I'm 99% sure it's probably going to be pretty much the same exact thing. But as you know, ingredients are listed from most to least pretty much, but you don't know how much of each. So there could be a slight difference. I thought let's go ahead and check. So we're going to be doing a full day wear test of both of these, the Reparative and the Radiant. And I got the shade Light 22 in the Radiant, and I have Light, I believe they renumbered these in the Reparative Skin Tint. I think it's 12. So Light 12 in the Reparative Skin Tint. So let's go ahead and open these up. And I'm just going to apologize for my hair. It looked normal, and then I was getting ready, getting dressed or whatever, and I thought, oh, let me get my hair out of the way. And I tied it back for maybe less than 5 minutes, and I got a kink in my hair, and it just looks all weird and crazy. I don't know. Anyway, we're just gonna live with it today. And I do have an open tube of the Reparative Skin Tint, but I thought it would be a better comparison if I compared new to new. So that's why I'm just gonna go ahead and open up my backup, and I may actually just toss this. This is a very, very old tube. And when it comes to SPF, I think it just becomes ineffectual after a while. So yeah, so I think I may toss that tube and just go with this one anyway. So here's some tube comparisons. It's literally the exact same tube. This one is just shiny. They just changed the appearance of it. And they're both made in Belgium. The old one is labeled to be good for 24 months after it's been opened. There's actually no indication on the new one. So since I'm holding the old one in my right hand, I'll go ahead and apply that to the right side of my face, and I'll go ahead and apply the new one to the left side of my face. So let's try the new one first. I'm just gonna go ahead and unscrew. There's a safety seal there. And actually I'm gonna go ahead and replace that and shake. And I'm gonna squeeze some out. Yep, seems to have the same appearance, if I remember correctly, just like a lotion. Apply this. Yep, it even smells the same as I remember. And this is actually a good product to work in with your fingers. So I'm gonna do that. And I am a huge, huge fan. If you guys have been with me for a while, you know I'm a huge fan of this Reparative Skin Tint. And there were some rumors going around that it was being discontinued, which is why I bought this backup tube. I started to see it kind of being restocked at retailers, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe they changed their minds. Maybe it was just it was fake news, whatever it was. But I think it was probably this situation that they were just going to kind of be repackaging it and renaming it, kind of giving it a fresh new look. So here is the new one. I mean, if memory serves, it really looks, smells, behaves, everything just like the original Reparative Skin Tint. I love it. It's just such a natural, beautiful feeling kind of base product. It doesn't feel makeup-y at all. It really feels like lotion, which I really enjoy. It has a nice light medium kind of coverage. You can build it up a little bit. I'm not going to. It's just so hot. I don't want to layer too much product on my face. I'm just going to sweat it all off. So I applied all of what I had squeezed out onto the back of my hand onto this side of my face. I love the way it looks. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the original Reparative Skin Tint. They both have an SPF 30 as well, by the way, and the active ingredients in both are the same. It's a mix of chemical and physical sunscreens. So there's octinoxate, octisalate, and then titanium dioxide. And remove this safety seal. So there's a remnant of the new, and here is the old. So maybe the shade is a little bit different. Again, this is Light 22. This is Light 12. This may have oxidized a little bit. I don't really see that on my face. All right, well, maybe the new one is a little bit deeper, but because it's a pretty sheer coverage, I don't think you're gonna see much of a difference. But I'm just gonna go ahead and work this in. So while I'm letting kind of both sides set down, so we can do like a real comparison between the two, just want to let you know that I did order this Radiant Skin Tint from Nordstrom. It was $95. I think that's the same as the Reparative Skin Tint, if I remember correctly. And I'm just looking at the shade range, which is, it's pretty abysmal. At the moment on Nordstrom, there's very light, which is what I have, light medium, and then medium. And if I remember correctly, I think the Reparative Skin Tint had more shades than this one. It didn't have a lot of shades, but I do feel like it went to like a much deeper skin tone. So I don't know if they're just kind of waiting to receive more shades. Maybe they sold out of the deeper shades. And then I went onto the La Mer site just to check, and they don't even have this product on the US La Mer site. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this particular release, but at the moment on Nordstrom, there is only 4 shades between very light and medium, unfortunately. All right, I think both sides have set down. Let me take a close look here. I don't really see a tone difference, even though I saw a difference, you guys saw on the back of my hand, between the 2 shades. I don't really see a difference on my skin. It's probably because it's a pretty sheer formulation that I'm not really gonna see a difference. Like my natural skin tone is really what you see more of. Let's put on just a little bit more just to see if we can spy any bit of difference. So I just squeezed out just like a little bit. I'm just gonna put it right here on my cheek, and then I'm gonna do the same with the original. Yeah, I'm just squeezing out just a little bit more just to put here on my cheek so we can compare. So here's the original skin tint, and here's the new. I think they're the same. I think they're the same. I think the tone is the same. I feel like if you had light in the Reparative Skin Tint, you would be light in the Radiant Skin Tint. So no big surprise there. I was just a little taken aback when I saw them on the back of my hand and they looked a little bit different. I wiped it off already. It could have been oxidization, but I don't really see it oxidizing on my face though. Well, I, for one, am glad they didn't discontinue this and basically just repackaged it in this Radiant Skin Tint. Yeah, I think they're the same. But we're gonna do a full day wear test, see if both sides wear the same way. All right, so I'm gonna finish up my makeup. I'm gonna keep it light so that we can really, you know, keep an eye on the foundation. All right, so I just put on like the most minimal amount of makeup, but I did wanna mention that I did use the tiniest bit of the La Mer Sheer Press Powder. I just wanted to set things like a little bit. And then I have some, you know, eyeshadow. I'll list everything down below in the description box. I don't want to bore you. I think both sides look identical. So let's go ahead and take a look at my first check-in where I do it in natural lighting. Hey guys, so we are doing a 4-hour check-in. It is about 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and I don't think I mentioned in the intro, I'm sorry, what time I was starting. It was about 10 a.m. in the morning when I started. It's about 2 p.m. now. So 4 hours later, I haven't been doing much. I haven't gone outside. Since I put this makeup on, I've just been, you know, sitting at my desk editing. So I don't know if this is the best check-in, but hopefully, yes, I will be going out for lunch. So my final check-in, there'll probably be a little bit more wear and tear on my face. That sounds terrible, but it will probably be a more informative check-in then. But let's go ahead and take a close look. Just gonna grab a mirror here. I think it looks great. I think the coverage is still there. You know, this is a light coverage foundation. I would say it's like a light medium. I don't think that it has kind of camouflage, you know, every little bit. There's still that little bit of redness around my nose. There's still a little bit of discoloration, you know, around my eyes. I probably, if I wasn't doing the test, the wear test for you guys, I would probably have put on like a little bit of concealer just to kind of brighten things up. But I do love the way this makes my skin look, the way it makes my skin feel. It really feels like skincare. It really does not feel like I have like a lot of makeup on, which is to me one of the worst feelings ever. So I love how light it feels. I love how nourishing it feels. I love this like slightly radiant kind of finish that we have here. And like I mentioned when I first put this on, I do have a very light layer of the La Mer Sheer Press Powder on. So this is the skin tint with a little bit of powder on top. So I think it looks really, really nice. I don't think it's sinking into fine lines. It's just a really lovely, natural skin tint. You know, it's not major coverage. I think it has a really nice level of moisturization. I don't feel like this would be a disaster on oily skin. I do have very, very dry skin, but I don't feel like it's overboard. And I do think if you have oily skin, it would probably be fine, especially if you just, added some powder. So far, so good, but I will definitely be back. But this is what we're looking like at 4 hours in natural light. Hey guys, so it's about 6:30 in the evening. We're doing my final check-in. It's been an 8.5 hour wear test, and just as a little reminder, I have the original Reparative skin tint on this side and I have the Radiant skin tint on this side, and both sides still look identical, so there's been no difference in how it has worn. I feel like there's been a little wearing away around my mouth. I just think that's from eating and drinking. I think that's fairly normal. You can see I have like no lip product on anymore. I am surprised actually at how much coverage I still have around my nose. There's a little bit of redness peeking through, but there's some coverage there for sure. It's not quite as red as it would be without any base product. So I'm pretty impressed with this. Again, it's been a really warm day outside. I've had to walk the dog. I went out for ice cream. So I've been in and out, and my car registered 109 degrees. I thought there was gonna be a lot more kind of like wear down of the skin tint, but it looks really good. And I do have a little bit of the powder on, not too much. I made sure that it was just a very light layer of the sheer press powder. And I feel like it looks good. I don't feel like it's, done anything weird under my eyes. I think it looks nice. It hasn't done anything weird on my forehead. Sometimes foundation up around my hairline, it'll start to look like it's kind of like separating, like it'll wear away in a really unattractive way up there, but not with this product. It looks really, really nice. So in conclusion, these products are indeed the same, at least according to my skin. So the new color light and the old color light are the same. They look the same on my face. So if you wore light in the Reparative skin tint, you will also wear light in the Radiant skin tint. And I think it's lovely. I think it's maintained its radiance. I don't think it's gotten much shinier. Maybe right here, but I don't think it's gotten like much shinier throughout the day. I haven't like repowdered. I only put that one thin layer of powder down right after I applied. And that's it. I'm glad that they are keeping this for sure. Like I said, there were rumors that they were discontinuing this. And I think the rename of this to Radiant skin tint is much more descriptive and much more, I guess, accurate. The Reparative skin, I don't know what it was repairing. It never really talked about that. But Radiant, that makes sense to me. It definitely has a very nice radiance. If you have dry skin, you're gonna love this. And I think if you have oilier skin, I think you could wear this. You'll probably just have to powder, to set it down. And you may have to powder throughout the day, depending on how much radiance you mind or don't mind. But that's about it. I think this is the first time I've done a foundation wear test on a foundation that I knew I liked and that I've worn a lot, and you guys know I love. So this was a little bit strange, but it was really to prove that these two are indeed the same. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment down below any thoughts that you may have. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.